exponents, roots, and fractions appear on every GRE quant section. The 6 exponent rules and the order of operations rules are the foundation of all algebraic manipulation. The most critical point, the product and quotient exponent rules require the same base. Different bases cannot be combined using these rules. Knowing this one restriction prevents the most common exponent error. The most common exponent error, applying the product rule to different bases. X squared times y cubed is not xy to the fifth. The bases x and y are different. The product rule only applies when the base is identical. Why does the rule work? X squared means x times x. X cubed means x times x times x. Multiplied together, that is x times itself 5 times, which is x to the fifth. The rule captures what repeated multiplication actually produces. Understand the rule rather than memorizing it, and the restriction is obvious. 6 exponent rules all appear on GRE. Fractions appear in at least 2 questions per section. Order of operations errors are the most common arithmetic mistake across all difficulty levels. The fraction bar is the most overlooked grouping symbol. Students evaluate the numerator and denominator simultaneously without recognizing the fraction bar requires separate evaluation of each. This produces wrong answers on questions that are otherwise straightforward. 6 exponent rules. Product, same base, add exponents. Quotient, same base, subtract exponents. Power, multiply exponents. Zero power. Any non-zero base to the 0 equals 1. Negative exponent x to the negative n equals 1 over x to the n. Fractional exponent x to the 1/2 equals the square root of x. Apply each rule only in its correct context. The product rule applies to multiplication of same base terms. The power rule applies when a power is raised to another power. Roots reverse exponents. The square root of x squared equals the absolute value of x, not simply x. This matters when x could be negative. The square root of -3 squared is the square root of 9, which is 3, not -3. The product rule for roots. Root of a equals root of a times root of b. To simplify root of 48, 48 equals 16 times 3. Root of 48 equals root of 16 times root of 3 equals 4 root 3. Always look for perfect square factors when simplifying radicals. The fraction bar is a grouping symbol. When evaluating a complex fraction, compute the numerator completely, compute the denominator completely, then perform the division. For the fraction, 4 plus 8 over 2 squared minus 1 numerator is 4 plus 8 equals 12. Denominator is 4 minus 1 equals 3. Result is 12 over 3 equals 4. Students who evaluate the whole expression as one sequence without separating numerator and denominator will get this wrong. Order of operations PEMDAS. Parentheses first, then exponents, then multiplication and division from left to right, then addition and subtraction from left to right. Fraction bars and absolute value bars are both grouping symbols and have the same priority as parentheses. The most common PEMDAS error, forgetting that multiplication and division are performed left to right, not multiplication before division. 12 divided by 3 times 4 is 16, not 1. Your exponents fractions checklist. 6 rules with same base requirement for product and quotient. Fraction bar is a grouping symbol. Evaluate numerator, then denominator. Root of x squared is absolute value of x. Simplify radicals by factoring out perfect squares. PEMDAS with multiplication and division performed left to right. Next lesson, percents, ratios, and rates. Subscribe for Thursday. Comment your target score below.